Hey everyone, Mherex here, bringing you another video. This is going to be the showcase of McCool, All-American Diva. She's the 3,000 shard recruit, the month-long chase this month. She is a Ruthless Aggression focused showboat. She has the Ruthless Aggression link, matching any color gems, charge moves at that point with one more MP. The stock All-American Diva gear. She's a trainer. I really like this one, simply because up to this point we've only had a coach, moves, and gems, and this is the important part, in brackets, traps, countdowns, juggernauts. So it works on everything. That steal health will steal 100% more health. Does not include leech gems. Yellow moves start with 2 more MP. So it's Showboat Nakamura with 2 yellow MP at the trainer slot. So very useful trainer when it's going to be needed and be able to be used. So I like this one a lot. This is one I want. I love ones that work on the traps, countdowns, juggernauts, because sometimes they make characters, and those characters just don't quite make it unless it works on those special gems. So I do really like this trainer ability. It's one I definitely want. What else? She has a hot tag move. We should probably look at that. Let's go to her stats. When when tagged into the match, deal 30 million damage and increase your green gem damage by 350% for 2 turns. Opponent force tag will not activate a hot tag. So when she comes in of your own volition with the hot tag, she's basically gonna wipe the board with greens, and it's an easy peasy win, right? So pretty useful hot tag as far as hot tags go, when you can use it and when it matters and when you care about it. Debatable how much we love hot tags at the moment, although Dick Kixina's hot tag is incredible. But you can't always use them, right? So it's a nice extra. When a character has a hot tag, it's not like a be-all, end-all for me, but it is a nice addition. Strap we're going to be using for this, regular 100%er, Fury 2s, so we're not skewing the gem damage, since we're going against people with Fury 2s. If I were to use Fury 3s, she would hit way, way harder than you would going against someone else with Fury 3s. When we have Fury 3s on the road, I'll start using Fury 3s. Until then, I'm not going to misrepresent the damage characters are capable of when you're playing at a top level against another top level player. So, now that that's out of the way, because somebody will inevitably ask about it, we're going to start off with triple yellow, least favorite moveset. Backlift Facebuster, 6 MP, deal 1 million and change damage and make 35 random gems into 1 turn countdown gems. That will make 2 random gems into multiply gems of strength 3 at the end of the countdown. So there's that. You get a bunch of multiplies. Armbar submission, armbar. Color submission, choose 8 gems to make into yellow subs. So it's a choose sub, 475k, 3 turns. Remaining turn into multiply gems of strength 4. So this recycles itself, loads the other stuff, gets the finisher loaded. 1.8 million damage, 49 multiplies into yellow. Pin the opponent, hardcore if opponent's style is chaotic. First deal 1.75 million plus 150k bonus damage for your multiply gem. It's whatever, the chaotic part. Take it or leave it. Oh, this is my least favorite moveset. This is actually the only spot I personally would use the finisher after 99 MP, and I don't like this moveset, so actually not really keen on her finisher, surprisingly enough. This one, anyway. Sorry, I had to take a drink. Entourage. We're going trainer-friendly here. So no, obviously you could use Sherry and Santa. If you don't have Braun, you could use a yellow sub coach, right? There's a lot of stuff. So we're loaded turn 1, which is an easy load. It's 6 MP. We're getting 2 bigger multiplies here. And then instead of using like Leo and Zombie Punk, who are super rare, just any 2 zombies will do. To hit like this. Obviously, a lot of plates available. Rhonda's jacket is 100% black and yellow gem damage. Acolyte plate, I believe, is 75%. You could use all that stuff, add a little bit more. I'm not going to put those plates on for this one. Judging how hard Austin was to get last month, I didn't get him on my account. Hopefully that changes this month and Michelle's easier to get, but if it doesn't change, the only people that are getting them are like mega whales, because I wasn't even close, to be honest, and I spent and did well, very well on several events. So to fill the finisher, you only need 3 gems to match, but if something goes wrong, you don't think you're going to one-shot them, then you would want to choose 6. We're just going to choose the 3 because I want to try and keep countdown gems on the board. It's hit or miss with that. I don't want to put too many gems on the board either, because it gets really messy. Like if they get a 5 match and wipe your board, you get kind of hosed. This moveset is very fragile. You can see we did manage to get a whole board. That has not always happened. This would be ran what I would say exceptionally well. AI didn't break very much, and we came out of it super healthy. So this is going to be a really nice slap. Because whole board, primary color, 68 million damage. Obviously, you throw Sherry on there, you throw Leo on there. That's probably like 100, to be honest, with those trainers. But it's super risky, and you're definitely not always going to get the board filled. So that was as good as you're going to get with that one, with those trainers anyway. Next up is Triple Green. I think this is really interesting, probably more interesting with the Green Royal Rumble. I think a lot of people like this move. It's similar to Maxine. It's like a better version of Maxine. I feel like we'll see what all comes out for her in the end, at the end of the month. But for what's in there right now, I feel like she's a better version of Maxine kind of with this. Overhead belly-to-belly suplex, 3 MP, which is awesome. Make 42 random gems into reinforced gems. If the opponent generated at least, it's got a reversal. If opponent generates at least 1 green gem, deal 1.5 million damage, increase your green gem and damage by 100%, and then steal their turn. European Uppercut, another 3 MP green, 1 million damage, increase your green gem damage 100% for 1 turn. Then deal 895k damage and make 42 reinforces into green. So 2 moves and it's going off at 3 MP. That's pretty great. And then you got a 1 MP kick out. Kick out, deal 0 damage, gain 35 million health. So she's always kicking out unless you zero her, and she's gaining back 35 million health. That'll be annoying to deal with for sure. Entourage for this one's going to be a little bit different. I got a little bit something different for you guys on this one. We got Alexa. She gets the moves charged in everything that there's no MP down and gives 100% reinforced damage. You could also use BPP for 50% green gem damage. In fact, if you use a Green Royal Rumble, you probably would want to switch to BPP if you have him. Then we got reinforced gems do 75% more damage, and then we're creating 3 more. The idea is we want to get as much of the board reinforced as we can. This gets us up to 45 reinforced gems, so almost the entire board. And that way we can make all of them green as long as 3, which is very likely will land on green gems. Then reinforced gems do 100% with Yoko. Again, Green Royal Rumble, I would probably switch up to Stunning Steve, maybe, probably. I think I would. I think that would be better damage. Yes, it would. Pretty positive. And then Chelsea for 40% green, Zombie Chelsea. So depending on what you run for plates, there's no reinforced plate that works with greens right now. That comes out, she gets way better. The nice thing is the super low charge, and it's really easy to run. It does take a while to throw all the reinforces out, and then you got a double break here. So even though it's 2 moves, it's not the fastest 2 moves, but it's kind of like a better version of Maxine, who hits harder right now, like with a Piper plate and different things you can do, her gear and moment and stuff with Maxine, but is much slower. So it'll be interesting, and this is way lower charge. It'll be interesting to see what happens, and then you can toss a Green Royal Rumble on there, which we'll go ahead and do right now, actually, and I'll run it this way, and then I'll switch the trainers up. I hadn't really planned on that, but we can do that as well. You could also run for an extra 50% gem damage, the Buzzard Beak off the prize wall. 50% probably not going to move the needle a lot on this one because the buff's only 100%. But it would move it some, for sure. So 2-click Royal Rumble. Cool. The fact that it's 3 charge moves is quite awesome, though. And you can see now we're up to 62 million. A little bit better, right? A little bit better. But we could finagle with the trainers a little bit, see what happens there. Like I said, we'll go Stunning Steve and probably BPP, I think, would be the ticket. So let's do that. I don't think I've used them on her, though. But Stunning Steve should be easy to find on this account now. He should be right towards the top. Yep, there he is. And I don't know if I've leveled BPP to gold yet, so he's easier to find. He would have been to him by now. He's probably equipped. those 2 MP and the color get used a lot? I did. All right. So switch trainers for the Green Royal Rumble. Let's see how this one hits. I actually like the last moveset the most with what's in the game right now. Personally, at the moment. So you can see, I mean, the damage is okay, but with what's in the game right now, and I would be surprised if we don't get a reinforced plate, because we only have right now Bulldog's bracers, so I wouldn't be surprised if we get some kind of reinforced ultimate or primary, 100%, when you do XYZ green gem damage, or a generic reinforced ultimate, or both, or a moment that adds green gem damage. So yeah, none of that would surprise me this month. That's not inside info, complete guess. So yeah. All right, multiply set. I'm gonna have 3 different builds for you guys. We're gonna start off and then grow the damage, and then we'll put plates on. 6 MP roundhouse kick, 6 MP big boot, and then we can just leave the kick out in because we only need 2 moves for this, so might as well keep the kick out. You could also, if you were so inclined, put the reversal in and make 42 reinforced gems. That one, if you wanted the reversal in against leech people, you could do that. I feel like the kick out's probably more better. So we'll go with that. Anyway, the 2 black moves, 6 MP, roundhouse kick, 890k damage, make bottom row into pyro multi-gems, modify all gems above it into multiply gem strength 5 when broken by you. Big boot, 797k damage, make 7 pyros into green. That sets that off. And then make 49 random gems into black gems. So board full of black multiply gems. You like to see that, or at least I do. So yeah, the entourage for this, we're going to start off smaller and then go bigger as we get better multiply trainer options. This is not smaller. Sorry. Let's go smaller. We're going to do Chelsea and Bailey. The zombies don't matter unless you're using Zombie LA. It could be any 2. This could just as easily be Gunther. All right. Bottom row into pyro multiplies. There we go. Super easy to play. It's just 2 clicks, right? And you're going to see the damage result differs a little bit because we did 13 million there, and then it's a board full of black gems. And oops, we got to remove that green Royal Rumble. We don't want that. That's doing jack all for us. Technically, you could find a way to work that in, I suppose. If you really wanted to, a green Royal Rumble with the green buff after the multiplies, because it's 3 MP, which would be funny, but not the route you want to go. So let's just get rid of that green Royal Rumble. I'll get you a damage total to start. That's my bad, guys. I'm so sorry. With it, and the plate you're going to use is the Piper plate, right? The primary plate is the Piper, or the ultimate plate. Piper plate gives 100% more damage, because those pyros go out first, so you get 100% more gem damage, which on multiplies is quite nice, but it's really easy to play, so I like that. There we go. And 52 million total pin on the low end with no plates. So its low end is higher, significantly higher than the other build's low end to start, and with what we have in the game right now, this low end is much higher than the like another 10 million higher than the other one, the reinforced build. There we go. Words are hard. So let's climb the ladder. What if you got Sherry and 17k Santa? Let's do that. Sherry and 17k Santa. Let's just do previous, because I've used him. There we go. So if you can run this, So again, keep in mind with the trainers available, we couldn't go up damage in the first build. With the trainers available in the game, we can go up with this one. So the low end was already higher, and the top end, or the medium end, that's 65 million. And we did put an ultimate plate on that other build in the Green Royal Rumble. So we're already, I think, ahead of what the other build did, top end with a plate, and we're not top end on this build yet. And we still haven't added a plate. So let's go top end. So with what's in the game today, this is by far her best build, and it's really not close. My opinion. It's also quite fast, since you're not chucking any extra gems. You're not putting a board full of reinforces out. Significantly faster than the reinforce build. This is the money build for her. Like, if you're a competitive player, this is the build you're going to be interested in my opinion. The green build is if you're not as competitive, or maybe you don't have as nice stuff. So that's up to 67 now, million, which is getting closer with no plate. So let's add that 100% with the Piper plate. We'll throw it on, run this, and then we'll walk it backwards so you can see what you can do with the Piper plate. And again, this is for what's in the game today when I'm recording this. You never know what's going to happen. Moments can completely change all of this stuff around. Skill plates can completely change all of this stuff around. But this is the moveset I hope they focus on, because it's way faster. And she's got some stiff competition, which we'll talk about more at the end. Where's the skill plate? The Piper plate. It should just look. Why am I blind? There it is. So this, whenever you make 4 more pyros, increase all your gems by 100%. We're increasing all of our gems by 100%. The reason this is also good is because sometimes when she breaks them, because you're leaving a 5 match, probably at least half the time, you cascade a few of the other gems. So actually what would be great is if we cascade into a yellow match. A yellow multiply match, that would be amazing, because that's the most damage because of the Piper plate. We didn't, but we did get a small cascade. And let's see what we break. So top end with an ultimate plate, now we're up to 88 million. That's where you want to be with a kick out, easy to load. Yes, that's the Whaley setup though. But 88 million. So with what's in the game with this build, her top end 88 million, with the Green Royal Rumble significantly lower. But now let's walk it back and see what it hits, so you guys have an idea if you don't have like Leo and crap, right? And then I'll show you with nothing, or with the lower end trainers, not with nothing. And the Piper plate, which everyone should have grabbed a Piper plate when they had a chance. Hopefully you did. If you weren't playing, that's a different story. My free-to-play wasn't playing, so it doesn't have a Piper plate. Otherwise, it absolutely would, if it could have. It does have a yeet plate, though. Same situation. So, walking it back with this build set. Ooh, that's a 49 million cascade. And then 51 million. So we actually hit harder with this build set than we did with the other one. I'm assuming we cascaded into a yellow. So let me run that again, because that was like over 90 with this trainer setup, the easier one. So I'm sure we cascaded into a yellow, because of course yellow with the Piper plate's giving you 600%. Also, I mean, unfortunately you could probably do something with some kind of yellow gem chucker in the top spot. I think there is, maybe, I don't think there is a break black at yellow, but it wouldn't really do a ton for you, and you'd have to get lucky, and it would add extra time. So I don't recommend that, especially when you're doing what we do, like 73 and then like the 10 before or whatever. So like 83, but this isn't that much worse than the other one once you add the Piper plate, by the way. And then finally, let's go to the low end and see what the low end does with this plate. So the great thing is the speed, which hopefully you guys are noticing, is how fast this moveset is. In general, even like switching trainers, we're running like 3 different builds this way, and running through all of them at least once. And we kept the Piper plate on, so we ran through it more than once. We want to go here. And there. And we're like right at 20 minutes now with all my talking. So yeah, this build set is really fast, which obviously is the attraction for me to this build. The kick out, people are going to love her because she's like defensive people that like being douchebags doing dick builds are going to love her because she's got the kick out at 1 MP. So that was 65 million total with the Piper plate on the low end. So you have a Piper plate, 65 mil on the low end, up to like pretty much 90 mil on the high end. So I think that's really good considering it's 2 moves and they're super fast. Let's talk about Lady Showboat. She's not Mommy. Mommy's better. So this no bones about it. Mommy's better. We're just gonna throw that out there now. So I'm not gonna compare her to Mommy. She's also 3K recruit compared to Mommy has been very difficult to get, and Mommy also has MP gear, so it's really not close. Mommy is like overtuned. I assumed we were getting like 7-star soon when I saw Mommy because she's ridiculous. So not Mommy. We'll get that out of the way. Now, I do, like I said, I think she's better than Maxine. Maxine's reinforced build currently is better, but it takes longer, and then as I showed, I believe I don't know if Maxine can hit 90 million, maybe with everything and a Green Royal Rumble, but it's a heck of a lot slower than the top end with the multiply moves for Michelle McCool, so I do think she's better than Maxine. So then the question becomes Asuka. Is she better than Asuka? Asuka, you can 2-click with these 2 moves and hit for over 100 million, but it is slower, right? It's reinforced, this moveset. I do it all the time on my main. And then you can 3-click if you want to add the MP up, and technically it's more because you're placing gems, but both of these builds are significantly slower. Much easier to run though, like plate-wise. Asuka doesn't really need much of anything. So Asuka has the advantage plate-wise, and if you're 3-clicking, it's 6 MP, just like Michelle's 6 MP. But I know I would feud with Michelle over Asuka for my account because it's just straight up faster, easier. I don't have to place anything. So to me, maybe controversially, I think she's number 2. So I think Rhea number 1, Michelle McCool number 2, and then depending what you have, how you run them, I think you could make a case for Charlotte Showboat number 3 over Asuka with really good stuff. Charlotte again with the speed, big speed. So yeah, and more on that later this month. At some point I'll post a My Charlotte updated video for you guys. So I think that's those, and then Maxine coming number 5 would be my top 5 lady showboats, as it were. And those are my reasons why. Maxine lacks the speed to be up there, and then Rhea just, like, you know, ridiculous move, gem damage, whatever you want, pick your poison. So I do think Michelle's a great addition, plus Ruthless Aggression. I mean, do we even have, what do we got, Molly Holly, and that's about it, I think, for Ruthless Aggression. It's slim pickings. So let's find Ruthless Aggression. Yeah, that's your Ruthless Aggression. So Miles, Country Miles, your best Ruthless Aggression. So for that reason alone, you would want her. But like I said, to be honest, I think she's the at least the second best showboat in the game. So I want her quite a lot. So yeah. Let me know what you think in the comments. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully you have a good month. I want Michelle. Gonna hopefully get her. I won't kill myself to get her because I don't think the S3000 shard, you should really have to do much spending if you're spending other places, right? Like, because I do spend other places and I do well in events. Like, I'm talking like bonus milestones, substantially deep in stuff where you have to spend to get. So typically I think those things should get you the S character. And I wasn't even close with Austin, so we'll see where that goes with Michelle. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments, and remember to like, subscribe, and share, because that really helps me out. Other than that, guys, thanks for watching. Good luck out there. Yeah, she's really good. Great addition to the game. I'm a fan.